Hey everyone, my name is Father Ted Trinko. I'm one of the chaplains at the National Shrine Grotto in Emmitsburg, Maryland, on the campus of Mount St. Mary's University. And like most of you, I see myself unable to go to the grotto with such great regularity as I used to, on account of the stay-at-home orders of quarantine and social distancing. But I think it's important for us all to remember that even though we might not be able to go to visit this physical grotto of Our Lady, which is so near and dear to us, we are still under her protection. She's still watching over us. She hasn't forgotten about us. Her maternal care doesn't just extend to this particular physical location of the grotto. It goes beyond there. That massive golden statue we have there at the grotto, I think, does a good job of representing that, where you don't just see it when you're in the grotto itself. That's a statue which is seen all over the campus. Everybody driving by on the freeway is looking at it. You can see it in the landscape in the surrounding area from its mountaintop location. And that's how Mary's protection works. It extends over great distances, and it extends to where each and every one of us is right here and now. And there's this story that relates how Mary's intercession can protect us even in these times of diseases. So St. John Bosco was living in Turin, Italy in 1854 when a cholera epidemic broke out there in the city. And many of the upper class were able to flee into the mountains to get away from the danger, but John Bosco and his boys, they had to stay there. They weren't able to leave the city. And he was looking after about 100 or so boys at the time. And so he took all the necessary precautions. He made sure to do everything which they thought was necessary at the time to prevent diseases. But then his conscience began to get to him. He saw all these poor people around him that were suffering, that were dying because of the disease. The sanitarian resources weren't as strong back then as they are nowadays. And so his conscience began to bother him. And so one day he brought all the boys into the chapel, and he said to them, and he asked them for volunteers to offer themselves to help look after some of these poor people that were dying. And he said, "Listen to me. If you do what I say, not one of you will catch the disease. You are going to make a good confession, you are going to receive Holy Communion, and you are going to wear the Miraculous Medal of Our Lady. And she will watch over you, she will protect you." And as it happened, even though 44 of those boys offered themselves to go care to the sick in the surrounding area, and the neighborhood was greatly afflicted by the epidemic, not a single one of them caught it, not a single one of them died. Our Lady was watching over them. Our Lady was caring for them. Now, that doesn't mean that so long as you wear a miraculous medal, you're going to be disease-free. But Our Lady will sometimes work miracles like this in order to manifest that maternal care, that protection that she wants to extend over all of us. And so during this time, let's call upon her. Let's go to her in prayer. Let us ask her to intercede for us, that she might watch over us physically, but most importantly, spiritually, that we might stay always close to her Son, which is what she did throughout her entire life.